Hi, welcome to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be showing you my ultimate glowy summer makeup look. And when I say this is a glowy look, I mean almost all the products are like some sort of glowy product. So if you want your skin to glow, please continue watching and let's get into it. Starting out with foundation, I'm going in with the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. And I know this is not technically a foundation, but that's basically what I'm using it for today. It's going to be the base of my makeup. And this is like a very dewy product. So this is where we will start. And I just take this and I put it all over my face. My dog is in here being so loud. I just put it all over my face like this. And then I just blend it in like I would any foundation or skin tint or anything like that. The brush that I usually blend it out with is this dual-ended Hiii beauty brush. I always take the big side and just blend that into my skin. And then I always bring it down on my neck as well. This doesn't have like super full coverage, but it does have a little bit of coverage, and what I like best about it is the finish because it makes your skin look so glowy and so hydrated, and it's really light on your skin too. So it doesn't feel like cakey or heavy, which is always like the vibe I'm going for, especially in the summer when it's hot outside. I usually would go in with concealer next, but when I'm doing this look, I like to do bronzer and then concealer. So for bronzer, I'm using a liquid bronzer today, and I'm using the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. So this is not technically a bronzer, but it is just a very dark shade of the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter, and I use this as like a cream bronzer or a liquid bronzer, and it works so nice because it's so glowy. These two products are like dupes for each other. e.l.f. is just from the drugstore. So this has a very similar finish to the product that I already have on my face. So as you can see, it will be very glowy, which is what I love about this. And I apply that all over my face where I normally would put bronzer, but you have to be really light-handed because this stuff is very pigmented. So I just put very small dots on my face where I want to apply the product, and then you can always build it up from there, but if you put too much on it, it's really hard to like go back from it. So, which I have done many times. So I like to go light first and then add more if I need, but this will probably be enough. To blend this product, I'm using the same brush that I just used, which is the dual-ended Hiii beauty brush. I'm using the big side mainly to blend this out because it just blends this product so good and it distributes the product so nicely on the skin. I have tried many other brushes with this product, but nothing makes it look as good as this brush does for whatever reason. So I always use this brush, and what I do is I just start like slowly blending that out on my cheeks and around my face. I like to keep it on the higher point of my cheek, but I just kind of lightly rub that in, and then whatever's left over on the brush, I will kind of go over my jawline just to contour that a little bit, but and I do just disperse the product all over my eyelid and just kind of bring that out towards my temple. I feel like this looks really pretty. Like you could use this as like an eyeshadow base for an eyeshadow look, and it's so nice because it's so glowy and shimmery. It really can be used for a lot of different purposes. This product, it's amazing. So it's one of my go-tos in the summer for sure. Now I'm going to take the smaller side and start to blend out the nose contour. I think I honestly used too much on my nose. So I'm going to take a little bit off with my finger and then just slowly blend that in. I always bring it up into the inner corner of my eye too, just so all of that like connects together. I I definitely should have clipped my hair back. It's driving me nuts, but I don't have a clip in here. I'm going to add a little bit more to my forehead over here. I just feel like I could use a little bit more. Taking the same brush, I'm just blending that out. Like I said, when I said glowy makeup, I meant pretty much every product was a glowy product, but this just looks so good on the skin to me that I love it. But now I'm going to go in with concealer, and the concealer that I'm using is from Makeup by Mario. It's the Surreal Skin Awakening Concealer. And I'm not going to use a ton of concealer, so I'm just going to lightly start applying this around my face before I blend it out. So just a small amount under the under eyes and on my nose. And then I'm also going to just spot conceal any acne that I have. And then to blend this out today, I'm taking my normal small concealer brush and I am going to start blending that into my skin. A little bit of this concealer goes a long way, so you really only need the smallest amount and it will cover a large area, I would say. I've definitely made the mistake of using too much and then it's really thick, especially under my under eyes. I've put too much down there before and then I feel like it looks caked on, so less is definitely more with this concealer. And I've been liking the vibe of like being able to see the flaws of my skin under my makeup. So I don't want my bags or like my under eyes to be completely concealed. Like I still want there to be like a little bit of something there, and like my freckles and my moles and stuff on my face, I don't want them to be completely covered up. So I like this concealer for that reason too. It is very buildable, but like one small layer of it just gives you kind of like the perfect coverage. It just kind of blurs everything without being too heavy, if that makes sense. But your real skin will also like shine through, which I like. Moving on to blush next. This is also a glowy cream blush. It's one of my favorites for summertime specifically. It's the Fenty Beauty cream blush in the shade Petal Poppin'. It has a very like shimmery finish, but it's this really bright pink color and I love it. It looks so pretty on the skin. So I'm taking my blush brush right here and I'm just going to lightly start applying that all over my cheeks. I would say this product is pretty buildable, so you can kind of make it as intense as you want. But I really love this blush. It's so pretty and the finish is amazing. I really should get more colors. This is the only color that I have and I love it. That's it for cream products, but now I'm going to go in with a few powder products. First off, I'm going to spot set my face, and I'm using a product that I have never used before. It's the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop powder. This is a mattifying powder, so I don't know if I will like it or not, but I did bridal makeup a couple weeks ago, and I bought this product for that makeup specifically, and I used this, so I want to try it on myself just to see if I like it. I'm going to take this small brush here and then just dip into this powder. And I'm going to set my under eyes first, just very lightly. And I know this is supposed to be a glowy look, so I probably shouldn't be using mattifying products, but I just want to try this on my under eyes to see if it like helps them not crease. I'm only using this on my under eyes. I'm not using it anywhere else on my face. Usually I would put powder around my T-zone, but I'm not doing that today. I'm just using this under my under eyes. I feel like it did kind of brighten them up a little. I don't think it made them too matte, but we'll see. I just want to try this out, so we'll see how that lasts throughout the day. Moving on, I'm going in with powder blush today, and the one that I'm using is from Milani. It's the Baked Powder Blush in the shade Luminoso. This is so pretty. This is one of my favorite powder blushes of all time. It honestly has the most like shimmery finish, and you don't really even need to use highlighter because it kind of works as like a highlighter and a blush. So I'm using this big brush here from It Cosmetics, and I'm dipping into the product, and I'm just going to put that all over my cheeks basically where I added the blush earlier. You can kind of tell if you look up close, you can see that it's kind of like a highlighter and a blush mixed together, and it makes your cheeks look super glowy. But one last product that I am going to add is just a little bit of highlighter. This is a powder highlighter from Essence. It's the Pure Nude highlighter, and it's a very subtle highlighter. So I'm taking this brush here, and I'm only going to apply this to the very high points of my face since I already have a ton of glowy products. This is just kind of like one last thing to top it off, but I'm keeping it confined to the high points of my face just to really make them like pop out. So just this area of my cheekbones here. And then I put it on my brow bone and my nose. Moving on to my eyes next. For my brows, I'm just going to run some brow gel through them using the NYX The Brow Glue just to set them in place. Now I'm going to go in with mascara next. I'm not going to curl my lashes because I recently got a lash lift, so I don't really need to do that right now, but for mascara, I'm going in with the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara. This is the black shade, and I am just going to lightly run that through my lashes. I feel like a little bit of this mascara goes a long way. Like you can really overdo it if you add too much. So I just do like a really light layer and then assess it from there. Last step for today is the lips, and I'm using one of my favorite lip combos. I am first going in with the LA Girl Perfect Precision Lip Liner in the shade Bare. This is just like a brown nude color. It's very soft. And then to top that off, which is my favorite part of the lip look, is the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Madeline. And again, this is like a nude color as well, but these glosses are so shiny. That's why I really love it for this look. So going in with the lip liner first, I'm just going to outline my lips quick. So as you can see, it's just a really soft brown color, and then taking the lip gloss and topping that off. Okay, and that completes my glowy summer makeup look using some of my favorite products and my most glowy products. Like I said earlier, almost everything that I use has some sort of glowy, like shimmery formula, and I feel like that's what kind of brings this look together. It seems like a lot, and it's like, oh my gosh, my face is literally going to be shiny, but it really is not that bad, and it looks really good, especially in the summer. And if you're a dry skin girl like me, you know how important it is to wear glowy products to make your skin look hydrated and healthy, because my skin looks dull and dry all the time, so I have to like overcompensate, I feel like, by using as many glowy products as I can. But I really love this look. It's one of my favorite summer makeup looks. I hope that you enjoyed. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!